Hi, I'm Elliot, and I love to travel, but with everything that's happened in 2020, it's hard to say when I will cross another border. With that being said, I do have this itch, and lately I found myself on Google Maps just wandering around. It doesn't really compare with the real thing, but it's still fun to do, so I thought I'd share my experience in this new series called Google Maps Adventure. So join me and my Pegman as we explore Google Maps Street View in the safety of our homes. Let's go.
Bonjour, everybody. Welcome. Go help yourself to a glass of wine as well. This is very precarious. I better not fall on my computer. That would be awful. It would be kind of funny, but also terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm wearing a scarf today because I thought it would make me look more European, and guess what? It does. It definitely does. With all that aside, welcome back to. I'm gonna try not to wave my arm around too much. Knock that wine glass over. Welcome back to another episode of Google Maps Adventure with me, Elliot. Here we are. Another day of not traveling, being safely confined in my home, which I am. It's all right. Hope you guys are all right too. Please be all right. Like I was saying, we're going to Europe this time around. That's right, to Paris, mon ami. From grade 4 to grade 10, I took French class. I had to take French class because I live in Canada, and French is the second national language of Canada. So they try to teach you this in school. And boy, did they fail. They did not stand a chance. But yes, it is correct. We are going to Paris, France today. Not Paris, Ontario, or or one of those other Paris that, it's funny how some other no-name cities try to steal famous city names and just try to trick you. If you ever send a package to Paris something else by mistake, I don't know, they're probably lovely places as well. But today we're going to Paris, France, not to be mistaken with one of the other Parises. I live in Vancouver and there's Vancouver, Washington. I don't know what it's like to live in Vancouver, Washington, but I think it would be a little annoying because we all know we're the better Vancouver. Although sometimes I Google Vancouver stuff and it's I don't recognize this street. I don't recognize this neighborhood. It's because I'm reading an article about Vancouver, Washington. My voice just gave up on me there. So here we are, Paris. What can I say about Paris? I've been there twice in my life. Two times. And this will be my third. This will be my third time in Paris, and boy, am I excited. I actually did more planning for going to Paris this time than I did in my previous two times. Both of those times I went with my mom. My mom was present for it. Once was when I was 8 years old. I was a little kid, 8 years old, enough to comprehend things, but not enough to remember key details or deal with the actual logistics of traveling. And the other time was, 4 years ago. Me and my wife now, I think she was my girlfriend or fiance, something like that. Previously, she was on her way to being my wife. That's how I like to put it. So yeah, we went to Paris. I have relatives there, and they kind of let us live with them for a bit, and I'm forever grateful about that. So yeah, I planned out a few spots that we could check out on this trip to Paris. So many iconic places. Last time we went to New York, and it was just like, boo, iconic locations after iconic locations. Paris is even more so because Paris is, older, so there's more history. There's more historical sites. The older you get, and unless it got totally destroyed, like the Middle East, like those places are old, but nothing really lasts. Anyways, let's get to it. First place. Let's start. Where else do you start but the Eiffel Tower, right? Let's just drop myself in that vicinity. Ooh! Oh no, I'm using Mustafa's. I need to. Oh. Sometimes you just drop. Like Google Maps has this new feature now that other people can kind of insert their video. So I've just taken over the body of Mustafa. Cool. I don't want that. Let's get a little closer so I could actually drop myself in a proper spot. Humble brag. I've actually been up the Eiffel Tower. Went with my father because my mom was afraid of heights. She was afraid of heights and didn't want to come with us. At least that's how I remember it. Yeah. So I guess that's a memory I could share with my dad. Thanks, Dad, for taking me up. I think we had a picture. I think that's right. It's hard to remember vacations you took when you were 8 years old, right? But here it is. And of course, when I was back there in my late 20s, I remember that. Looks like there's construction happening all over this place. Is this like during COVID times? This might have been updated, so it's like recent, which would be, that's probably why there's no one around and it's completely fenced off. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. I was hoping to come here during non-COVID times to actually like get a sense of the crowd around this area, because last time I was here it was really crowded. Like the tower, all the different legs. I think you can enter through all the different legs, as in the 4 separate legs, and the elevator takes you up to like a certain level, and then you have to pay more to get to a higher up level, and then you pay the most when you get to the top. Tourist traps. And so it was completely crowded the last time I was here, and I was on the verge of getting scammed by these dudes who really wanted to tie a string to my finger. Like that was I don't really know what they were about to do, but I was pretty sure they were trying to scam me, trying to show me a magic trick or something. So be careful next time you're at the Eiffel Tower, anywhere in Paris really. There's a lot of scammy things happening, and I don't really speak French because the public education system totally failed me in Canada. So I don't really speak French, and these guys were just like blah 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 blah, let me tie the string to your finger. And I'm like, please sir, I'm very overwhelmed. I'm trying to look at this whatever you call it. It's not really a building, right? Do you call the Eiffel Tower a building? How do you define a building? Whew, so many thoughts going through my head right now. This is good wine. Merlot, if you guys are wondering. A giant bottle. My dad got me, he didn't get me this. It was in his inventory somehow, and he bought me this giant bottle of wine for my birthday. Thank you, Dad. Another good thing you did. A lot of bad stuff you did too, but we won't mention that today. We won't deal with this is not a therapy session. This is not. We're traveling here. We're having a good time. Anyways, so it appears this map has been updated to COVID times, I think. I can't be certain. It seems like some people are wearing masks and some people aren't. Not super important. There is a great view of the Eiffel Tower if you walk. I'm gonna see if I can remember this. On one side, it's like a garden, right? You could kind of, on the other side, I don't know which direction I'm looking at. The south side of it, there's a garden. And then if you go along this road, you come to this plaza, and then Google Map kind of glitches out. I don't even know. The funny thing about Paris, not funny, not like funny, haha. It's actually quite nice. I actually really enjoy it a lot. That's one of the main things I enjoy about Paris so much. I'll get to it. Is it's such a walkable city, and driving here must suck. I like going to places that are very walkable. So I don't even know if we could get there by car, but let me try to get back around. Yeah, so I don't know if we could get to that spot that I want to show you, which is, oh yeah, here. This is it. Ooh, baby. Huh? What a view, right? It's like we're there. This is why you want to come to Paris. Just like open space, and it's so symmetrical. The French knows. They know. They just know. This also seems like such a dope ass spot to like just skateboard. I'm not good at skateboarding. I'm probably as good at skateboarding as I am at speaking French. But if you could combo those two things right there, legit, totally legit. You could just see like me kick flipping in my fantasy, just me kicking, flipping my board right here. Oh man, what a scene. What a scene that would be. Anyways, I really wanted to show you guys this. And now we're here. This feels like a spot that you could just hang out for a bit. We got a lot to do. I have a lot on this list that I want to get through with you guys today. But this is just such a nice spot to chill at. This apparently is what is it, a World War I memorial place? Museum? Everything in Paris is kind of, it has a history of some sort, just because where France is located, it's kind of just in the middle of a lot of shitstorms throughout history, and it also had one of the biggest empires in the world at one point. And yeah, okay, we're just driving on the wrong side of the road here. Another great thing about France, Paris in general, is the beautiful cafes. Beautiful cafe. This isn't one. This seems to be a glasses store. But I miss sitting outside at a cafe. I mean, right now, they're kind of forcing you to sit outside. Vancouver isn't the best city to be sitting outside on a winter's day. You really need to like that restaurant you're at to like commit to being outside on like the side of the road in Vancouver, because it rains a lot. Just something like that, just like kind of right in the middle, it just juts out. I love that about Paris. One of my favorite things is just going from coffee shop to coffee shop with my scarf, my thing of wine, probably have a baguette too, and just going around writing my novels. Very expensive to stay in the city core. That is why I'm very grateful that I had family living there to like kind of give us lodging for a few days as we explore. Okay, next place. See, and another great thing about Paris, which is also one of the things I like about London as well, is it's very easy to get lost, but it's also easy to find your way back. I don't know if I'm going to prove that case right now. I'm kind of on a really windy road here. But, okay, if you can find the River Seine, I think that's how you pronounce it. No, there's so many dead end and pedestrian crosswalks and overpasses that I can't drive my Google car over. So let's just, oh, I am on a boat. This just happened. Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to find your way back to a river and you end up on a boat. How do I get off of this? Anyways, I'm no longer lost. I'm just on a boat. How do I actually get off of this? Is this a Google boat? This is so romantic, isn't it? Like this is like the perfect honeymoon between me and you. What a beautiful, kind of a murky kind of day. It would be nice if Google Maps, if you're listening to me, give it a little color correction here. Give it a little color correction. Make it look a little fancier. All right, so I just need to get off that boat for a moment. Not for a moment, because I've completely lost my sense of direction here. The River Seine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Sorry, Google Maps just fails me sometimes. Okay, next place I want to go is very walkable. Very walkable. Paris, as I've mentioned before, it's kind of just built for it because back in the old days, people don't have cars. So they just walk everywhere. They always say like rich people in America live in the suburbs and rich people in Paris live in the city. I don't know if they actually say that. Something like that. Sorry, where's Notre Dame? A few years ago, we might recall, Notre Dame caught fire. Remember that when that was like the worst thing that was happening to the world? And we're like, oh man, Notre Dame is on fire. What a travesty. And then billionaires were like donating money to it. And then people got upset with billionaires because, I don't know, people just want to get upset at billionaires. So yeah, you cross this bridge and then you could get a pretty good view. Whoa. This kid wants our attention so bad that I'm going to give it to him. This kid knows what's up. This kid has some sort of a Google car radar on him. He's probably a Google robot. Conspiracy theory? Spread it for me. That is a fucking I should have said that. Notre Dame. What can I tell you about my Notre Dame experience? I've been there at least once. I've probably been there twice, the 2 times I was there. And definitely, I mean, I'm not a religious guy, as you can tell by my sinful behaviors. Notre Dame, it's a beautiful place. You go inside and it's just people. Like you can't even enjoy the architecture or the art or even like the history because you kind of just enter and you're immediately in this kind of conveyor belt line type of situation and you kind of just have to keep moving because there's people behind you and you're like, ooh, this. And it's where I felt very overwhelmed. I was like, it's kind of dark and I don't remember the smell of it, but I was like, I need to get out of here. Like I could feel my heart rate picking up. I'm like, Notre Dame is not for me. No, not for me. No hunchbacks for me today. So I got out of there and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I think you could get guided tours and that type of thing, and it could be very insightful, and you could learn a lot about the history of this building. Whoa! Maybe this isn't COVID time. But yeah, this is kind of how I remembered. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Maybe there were fewer people that day I was there, actually, to be honest, because this is a lot of people. Yeah, this is a lot of people. Oh, another great thing about Paris and most of Europe, really, is the fucking guys with like guns just like hanging out. Very intimidating. You don't want to screw around. So this is the type of scenario where I'm very glad I'm not actually there, because I like seeing these historical. I'm so grateful for Google Maps this way, because I would be like, oh, seeing Notre Dame would be great, and all these scaffoldings would be great. But to be in that crowd for even just one moment is way too much. Way too much. That's like these people, let's walk away from that crowd. Yeah, so that's about my Notre Dame experience. No particular fondness for this building. It was kind of, sorry about that. It was very overwhelming. I don't know if I'll go back anytime soon to Notre Dame. That's the thing. It's like, I like that it exists somewhere. I like that it's being preserved. But I don't need to go. Another great thing about Paris is all the bridges. Bridge City, right? That's not what they call it. But it's all the bridges. If you like crossing bridges, Paris is the place to be. They call Saskatoon the Paris of Canada. Do you know that? Saskatchewan, because it too has a lot of bridges. It's a bit of a stretch, right? I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to. That's how they're trying to market Saskatoon. It's like, nice try. Paris is one of those places where people try to use it as like a marketing thing. Remember back in the day, it was like when startups were a big thing. Startups still are a big thing, but like Uber was big, and every startup was like, I'm the Uber of calculating, I don't know. But people use that, right? Paris is kind of the same. Paris is the Uber of the world. Just ignore all that, please. Okay, we did Notre Dame. I'm kind of lost again. I wish I could just like go on foot and we could walk around. But now we're gonna head to the Louvre. Oh, we went to the seawall part of it. Every time I've been here, I keep forgetting to come down to the seawall part. Not the seawall, just a river walk. Oh, back on this boat. How do I get it? This boat. How do I keep getting on it? All right, give me 1 second here. How's everybody doing? Feeling good? Enjoying your wine? This experience is much better if you have wine, by the way. It was so close. I could have totally walked there if I knew where I was going. The Louvre. This is where art is kept. Yep, completely deserted. Do you think like certain parts are like in COVID time and certain parts of the map isn't? Could it be? Because that was really weird over there in Notre Dame, right? Like, how can one part of the city, which is like, yeah, it's very iconic, be like loaded up with people, and then over here it's like ghost town. And this, I mean, it's probably closed right now. You probably can't go in. But here's the Louvre, Musée du Louvre, I believe is how you pronounce it. So here we are. Key arts, key arts that are kept in Musée du Louvre. Mona Lisa. I went and saw that. Very cool. Crowd of people. I wish I could go in and show you. But just Google like Mona Lisa inside the Louvre tourist, and you could see like just a crowd of people gathered around trying to take pictures of this really, it's a really small painting. The Venus de Milo. I don't know if I need to add the in front of it. Venus de Milo, famous from because of that Simpson episode. That's how I know of it as well. And others, a lot of other ones. It's really cool because it's underground and stuff, and you just have to be there. You just have to be there. I can't describe this museum to you. Variety of art. We tried to get one of those like headphone guided tour type of things. We're really not that type of people. We're not self-guided tours type of people for sure. The Rockefeller tour was pretty much the only tour I've ever really enjoyed because I like broadcasting history, the history of broadcasting, but not so much about like art history. It's just too time consuming. It's like, do I just want to wander around and kind of like think my own thoughts and like look at that and like make a funny joke to my wife who would like, you know, she would laugh and laugh and laugh. And do I want to do that, or do I want to listen to some like radio talk to me about like when this painting was made? I'm gonna listen to myself. Thank you very much. That's why I do this. That's why I do this thing, because I just love talking to myself. Here is the Metro. I'm a big fan of their the weird font they have for the Metro. So you go down here, and then you take the train. Hey, these people are wearing masks, so it's clearly COVID time, which makes sense. I'm surprised it's actually as busy as it is, but not really. There's a lot of people in Paris, and it's still a big tourist location. But yeah, the Metro in Paris, everything's in French, but still pretty easy to figure out because they have so many different lines, but they all kind of loop into each other in some way, shape, or form, and it makes getting around pretty easy because you could like kind of take the wrong train but still end up in like the right place, unless you're going into the suburbs, in which case you have to get off at a transfer and take a specific one. But overall, it's you can figure it out. Cafes, perfect place to stop for. I will tell you, you can imagine how annoying I would be like traveling in France, trying to speak English to French people who are like notoriously, pompous towards English speakers. Like, you know what, how you come to our country and you don't learn how to speak our language? It's like, yeah, I get it. I got a lot going on. I can't just learn another language. Just take my money. I'm here to pay you money. But French are kind of like that. I try to get a hot chocolate or a mocha or something, and I'm like, café au chocolat, and I'm like, is that like a mocha, or is that like a like a chocolate milk? Is it like hot chocolate? And I'll spare you the details, but boy was that waiter annoyed by me. Okay, we're at a random street. Sacred Heart Basilia, Montmartre. So Montmartre, I think I'm saying it right. I don't think I am. I'm gonna just try to not say it. Well, Paris is topography time. Paris is actually located in like a very flat area. If you get what I'm saying. But this Montmartre neighborhood is kind of like the little peak of it. So if you go up there, you could actually see pretty much all of Paris, and it's pretty mind-blowing once you're out there. Let me see if I could get at least to the direction. It's like north of Paris. Might just be easier if I... Oop. And we'll go check out some gardens in a bit as well. There's a lot of good gardens in Paris. I gotta zoom out here. Oh, I want to show you guys this. I think this is a worth visiting type of place. I also don't know where things are. So I'm completely useless. Don't use me as a tour guide. This is not a tour guide reference type of thing. Oh, here it is. I figured it out. Musée de Montmartre. I was just dropping myself here and then we can figure it out. Anyways, yeah, so you're kind of like up a hill area here. Yeah, this looks kind of familiar, not really. We took a tram going back down. Yeah, it was this cafe where the whole cafe au chocolat fiasco happened. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, it looks like it's closed now. I guess shouldn't have been rude to me. That's what. No, just kidding. And just like an awesome neighborhood. You could just kind of feel the vibe, right? This is like the essence of Paris. It's just got a good. I mean, on normal. I love that these guys are wearing like the quintessential Paris like stripy shirts. That's great. And then there's like this part where it's like a staircase where I don't know how to get to it. Maybe this church area is where. Oh yeah, that's exactly where I wanted to go. How is this? The cars are allowed here? Yeah, so here is last time I was here, I literally arrived just in time to see all these dudes. There's just one of them here today because I guess like foot traffic is much smaller during these times. But last time I was here, I literally watched like 5 of these dudes just like throw out their little blankets and set up their stuff. It was pretty impressive how they did it. I don't think I could get any closer to this view, but as you can see, terrific view of the city. Good place to bring a camera. Snap some shots. Show your friends. This lady. Her face is blurred, but I still feel like she's staring into my soul, you know? Like, she's seeing all my vulnerabilities. Okay. Well, this is, I don't know if I'm saying right. Sacred Heart Basilica, Montmartre. Don't make me even try to speak French. I'll go up these stairs, really work our quads here, get some exercise going. Yeah, France is Paris in general. You could really get your steps in if that's what you're doing. Bring your what is that thing called where it measures your steps? I want to say pedometer, but I don't know if that's it. So I'm gonna say it anyways. Oh, here's the tram thing. Yeah, and we took it down, so we don't have to like walk back down the mountain. We should have actually taken it up and then walked down, which would have been better for our leg energy. Or we shouldn't have done it at all, so we could get those steps in, right? What are we in Paris for? Relaxing, sightseeing, or just walking around aimlessly? These are the questions we have to really ask ourselves. Okay, I'm walking in a circle now. a lot of cobble streets, as you can see. So that's good for your car, I'm sure. Oh yeah, now we're back at the top here. What an excellent building, right? Just anything where there's pillars and then like a statue on top, two statues, and then a dome roof. I'm in. I don't actually want to go inside, but I'm all for it. All right. Okie dokie. I really want to like do one where I can like actually travel around at my own speed. Vancouver was kind of like that, where you could kind of move around. Get out of here, COVID warning. And but I really don't know these places, so in an effort to not get lost inside Google Maps, we're gonna just jump to different locations. See, like, this is what I'm saying. This feels like a non-COVID day, right? This feels like 2019. Totally 2019 fashion. Looks like a chilly day in 2019. The Arc de Triomphe. I had to check if that was what it was actually called, as if I don't know this place. Do I know the history about Arc de Triomphe? No. But this roundabout is intimidating AF. Imagine driving through this. I mean, people obviously do. There's not even lines. I guess there's like really faint lines on the ground. How do people even get to this? Is there like a crosswalk or something? I don't. Like, it's just like a roundabout, like like an 8-lane roundabout. How did these people even get here? I would be so. I mean, I don't. Last time I was here, in my 20s, I didn't go to the Arc de Triomphe because of reasons, and yeah, this guy is just like on the road. You're gonna get hit by a car, dude. Okay, but gotta get that perfect Insta shot. How else are you gonna get those likes, right? You gotta really show off your pretty intense. Even in like Google Maps, it's still pretty intense. Like all the details that go into it, and just there's not really any utility to this except it just looks really intense. And that's kind of what I like about Paris in general. It's what is that saying? Like something over form, like not usability over form. I don't know the proper saying, but it's just like obviously it's serving a purpose because people love looking at it and taking pictures and all the historicalness of it. But man, it's just kind of, this could be like another condo, right? This could be a condo. Think of all the people that could live here, and then the rent for living in Paris can go down a bit, right? But no, that's what makes this place, special, is that it's not compromising itself just for being, in a way, practical or convenient or easy. It needs to be hard. Like, just look at, like, there's no high rises, right? And everything is kind of like, it looks the same, which is nice. Like, it all fits together. Nothing in Vancouver, you'll see like one building that looks like a brick building, and then another building is like a new glass building, and then you have a steel building over here, and then you have a tree house over here. And it doesn't really, I think that's what people say when like Vancouver doesn't really have a culture. It's kind of like a mishmash of things. But when you're in a European city, you really feel like, okay, everything kind of fits together. I'm not being, the branding is right. All right, now we saw that. I'm kind of lost now. The Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées. Is that how you say it? Oh man. Don't laugh at me. I don't know if I'm going the right way, by the way. Don't follow me. It's like I just saw the smaller alleyway like road and I just turned into it. Let's just take our time for a moment and just like stroll around. That's what Paris is all about, right? Midnight in Paris, such a good movie. Such a good movie. Whenever I'm feeling, just like I don't know what to watch, I put on Midnight in Paris. It's just the right tone. It's like a soft music in the background, right? Owen Wilson. Who doesn't love Owen Wilson? Okay, I'm clearly not gonna find what I'm looking for here. There's a lot more to see. And the thing about Paris is there's a lot of cool stuff like around Paris as well. Like it kind of like, as you can see, it's a freaking really big city. And like once you go out and you go to like countryside stuff, it's pretty sweet. And we're not gonna actually go outside of it, but there's the Mont Saint Michel, which isn't too far. And then Belgium, you could just just hop on over to Belgium. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going. I better not go further out. I'm gonna get lost. Another day. We'll explore the the rural side of France at some point. If I could, maybe I'll go there in person one day. How about that? That's a promise. Let's see those places in person. Is it Champs-Élysées, Plaza de l'Élysée? I don't know. Everything's in French. Let's just go here. Let's just skip this. Ooh. Okay, we're in Ruthnie's vision. Ruthnie was here at some point. And she was like, I'm gonna upload this to Google Maps. Do you think, I don't know how it works, but do you have to upload it or does it just Mustafa? Mustafa, you're getting around. So like the Louvre is over here. Let's just go back over here. Oh, the Louvre on a beautiful day. Oh, see, this is what the Louvre looks like when it's not in the middle of a pandemic. This looks right. And okay, let's just get out of here. I just want to be a car. Let me be a car. Yes, this is kind of what I was hoping to show you. This little how do I describe this area? It's kind of like a playground area slash like food court slash like county fair type of environment. There's like a carousel here, and it's super moody, like this is a place where like you would bring your girlfriend and then she breaks up with you and then you're here in this like beautiful place, but you're kind of like melancholy as well, and then it starts raining, and that's the type of like tone I'm getting from this place. But if you keep moving this way, oh geez, Google Maps, you're making this hard. Oh, it's forcing me to leave. Okay, I see. Well, I was hoping to show you more. I was hoping to follow that guy running, but I guess I gotta leave now. I keep jumping around. What's happening here? Okay, so we can look through the bars at the inside, and just kind of, it's like super moody, right? Especially looking at it through the bars. But let's keep going this way because I do want to show you that plaza. Am I moving backwards? God's sakes. I'm drunk. And yeah, here, this is to me one of the dopest views in Paris, in my opinion. It's just like big sky, and then these two kind of, phallic looking things just sticking out, and it's like, which one's the best? Which one's bigger? Let's compare size here. Obviously, we know which one's bigger. But just from perspective, this is pretty impressive too. So this is, I think it's called like an obelisk? Obelisk? Fuck. Don't make me say words. It's like an Egyptian thing. And that's all I know about that. Yep. It's obelisk? Obelisk? I looked up this word too, like before filming this, and it's gone. Not in my brain anymore. So you can you see what I mean by like Paris is really flat. It's like only two things jutting out is this thing. So I think France stole this from Egypt at one point when they conquered them, which was kind of a dick move. Kind of like just like steal a thing and then like showcase it in the middle of this plaza. A little bit of a dick move, in my opinion, but still a really cool. Still doesn't make it any less cool, right? Some of the coolest things are dick moves. It's like literally, it looks like kind of like a dick. And is this the Pantheon? I don't know. The Pantheon is not on my list, but it's always place I like to see. Or is the Pantheon only in Italy? Or are there many Pantheons? Or none of them even called Pantheons? I don't know. All I know is like kind of the form. The pillars, pretty intense. Pretty intense. Okay, here we are. All right, just about almost at the end of our tour here, but there's still a few places we should still go. So one of my favorite things to do when I'm traveling to a new city, one of the best way to see a city is just to drink your way through it. London is really good for it. Paris was also really good for it because there's just cafes and restaurants everywhere. So what you would do is you just walk around the city, and whenever you see a spot that's like, I would like a drink, you go there, you know, post up for a bit, order a drink, chill for a bit, relax, enjoy the scenery, have a conversation with someone. Could be the person you're traveling with, could be a complete stranger if you speak the language. And just during the course of the day, you can mark down where you were, where you stopped, and by the end of the day, you would have made your way through like a certain area of the city, depending on where you are. Or you could drive. You could just drive and like be sober the whole time. I don't know. But that's one of my favorite things about traveling in a big city. It's like if you stay within a certain neighborhood, you could just walk around and go from one restaurant to the next. You could go to Lebinus. Is that? Whoa, look at this clock thing. I like that. It's like, what? Is this, was the time actually right? No. That's my little clock joke for you. Yeah, imagine like just like staying here. It would be pretty cool. You could go get Burger King. There's Burger King back there. Apparently it's a great place to go shopping. Paris. If you're into shopping, it's like a good place to go. You could do shopping anywhere, but some people go to Paris to shop. They get like the latest designer brands or something. I don't really know. I don't understand that. I guess that's what happened. That's what you could do if you're rich. You could just travel somewhere to shop. I am not rich. I am not rich. Oh, the Pantheon's over here. So what was it that I was looking at? Probably just another building. You know what? Let's go to this Jardin Luxembourg. It's on the list here. It's one of the last places we could visit. This is like something special, right? There's nothing like this in Vancouver for sure. Yeah, you just don't get a place like this in Vancouver, really. But it's one of the best parts. I've been to Versailles. I've been to Versailles twice. First time when I was 8. Second time when I was like 28. When I was 8, we're not in Versailles. But we're gonna talk about Versailles. When I went there the first time, it was literally like, it felt endless. Just completely endless. The second time I went there, I was like, there's clearly an end to this. I could see the map. I could walk the whole thing. I didn't because reasons. But it was still pretty big, still pretty impressive. But in your brain, you're like, wow, that is intense. I've also been to Euro Disney twice. We'll save that for another episode. Much the same experience there. It's like, I love traveling, but I don't like, I do like doing touristy things. You know, people like, oh, you travel and you do only, you know, you gotta get off the beaten path. You gotta like explore, really learn the language and really immerse yourself. It's like, dude, I just want to like have some drinks and hang out. Like, just don't stop yelling at me. I want to end this episode at Moulin Rouge, but it's not giving me one of those things that pops up. Where are you? Here's the train station. People who actually know where it is and are just watching me, like, whatever it is that I'm doing right now, this must be painful. This must be painful. You're going the wrong way. It wasn't this far up. It was like around here. You could play this game like hotter, colder, if you actually know where I'm going. I might just have to search it. I feel like so defeated if I have to search something. I shouldn't, though. Should I? But let me see here. I can't even spell it properly. Alright, here it is. Sexy Girl. We gotta go to Sexy Girl. Are you kidding? That's where we're staying tonight. Perfect place to end the night. I did not go to Moulin Rouge. I'm not fortunate enough to see the show. It was like unbelievably expensive. I think it was like $500 a ticket to get in, and it was all like, it was like sold out to like a whole group of like Korean tourists or something. So I did not get to see Moulin Rouge, but still a pretty cool building. Instead, I got McDonald's around this neighborhood, and one of the worst McDonald's ordering experiences of my life. I was trying to order from this was like a few years ago. It's like pretty normal now. They have the like kiosk, like the screen, and you could order by pushing on the screen. I was doing that for a bit, and then the security guy came over to me and told me to order at like the person, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I already placed an order, but I'll go order there. And then I ordered again, and then he's like, no, it's coming. I was so confused, and I was also drunk, but the guy ended up apologizing to me for confusing me. I ate my burger, and long story short, that was That was the worst McDonald's experience, which doesn't even sound right. That's probably not true. It really wasn't that bad. It was my worst McDonald's experience in Europe. Yes, we'll count it as that. Where's sexy girl? Yeah, everything in this neighborhood is kind of just like a Moulin Rouge themed. It's like, okay, we know why you guys are here. You guys want to see that stupid like windmill building. Like, let's try to get some customers in here. Ooh, those are some dope green pants. I like those. Yeah, I want to go back to that Moulin Rouge place. Moulin Rouge is definitely closed during this time, right? Yeah, temporary closed. There it is. I like this green truck in front of it. It's really adding to the vibe of this place. This guy knows what it's about. Yeah, so you know what? Let's end it here. This was a fun adventure through Paris, wasn't it? Me talking to myself, drinking wine. Such a good time. No one interrupting me. Said a few French words poorly. It was can't beat this. I like this word. Billetteries. It's almost like my name. Like, aesthetically, it just looks like it. Anyways, I was wrapping up this stupid show. Thank you so much for joining me on this Paris trip. Listening to my stories, listening to the clicking of this mouse. Oh, everything. I actually think I went to Buffalo Grill. I also went to this like Mexican place. I love this train. This is the perfect. Whoa, where did it go? There it is. This will be the shot I want to end it on. Oh, jeez. It would suck to knock it over now. Thank you for joining me this week. Oh, not this week. This whenever this episode comes out. This like whatever. Thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun. This is my scarf. Cheers, salut. I think that's how they say it. And we'll see you next episode of Google Maps Adventure. Where will we go next? No one knows. Not even me. Because I kind of decide the very last moment. So cheers, and is it au revoir? Au revoir. That sounds right? Au revoir, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe or whatever. Au revoir.